Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
And welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis and eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. We welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. Try to get on board early so we can get to as many calls as possible. We'll take your calls in the second segment. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side today and every day. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products that you hear recommended or advertised on the program, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com. You can also check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories, as well as blog posts. You'll find a Join the Team link at brightsideben.com and at pharmacistben.com. You can also go over to criticalhealthnews.com and check out our blog there. You can purchase products right off the website or join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can earn yourself thank you checks for helping spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Join the longevity family, dedicated to helping people understand how fundamental a good nutritional supplement program can be. Well, for a one-time $10 fee, of course, you can start your own business and make some money right off your home office, right off your mileage, right off your stamps, and get your product at the wholesale price as well. Call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 or sign up right off the web at brightsideben.com or pharmacistben.com or now criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, thanks for joining us on The Bright Side once again. We've been talking about short-chain fatty acids. I love these things. Unknown and yet, at the same time, one of the most powerful health-promoting substances in the body. One of the most important nutritional substances that most people have never heard of, but one that has more implications. Short-chain fatty acids have more implications for health and the prevention of the most horrible diseases. Nothing has more benefits. No nutritional supplement or food component has more health benefits than the short-chain fatty acids, these mysterious little elements that are made in our intestine in response to fiber and vegetables. There's a few main short-chain fatty acids. There are actually three main short-chain fats, short-chain fatty acids. We're going to call them SCFAs. The most important or the most famous or the well-known one is called butyric acid. We've been talking about that one here for a couple of weeks now, or almost a couple of weeks, almost 2 weeks since we started talking about these SCFAs. To cut to the chase, short-chain fatty acids tune up the body. They tune up the brain. They're associated with performance, performance of the body for athletes, for pre-surgical patients or post-surgical patients, or just regular plain old folks. The short-chain fatty acids, the SCFAs, are associated with positive moods, with immune boosting, with brain health. They upregulate chemistry. They create a sense of satisfaction and satiety and appetite suppression. From a physical perspective, they have protective effects against obesity. They're anti-inflammatory. They strengthen the immune system. They fight cancer. They calm down the brain. They improve the health of the circulatory system and the heart. These things are amazing. And they're especially important for the health of the intestine, for the cells of the intestine. And they're antioxidant. And they're detoxification. They provide detox benefits. That's a lot of benefits for a stick of butter. And a stick of butter is going to be nature's richest food source of butyric acid, the most prominent, the most important, and well-researched of the SCFAs. The bottom line here is all you need to know is the more SCFAs that you got floating around, the better. The more you have floating around in your blood, the better off you're going to be. And the best way to make sure you have enough of these SCFAs, in addition to eating butter, yes, eating butter, make sure you're getting enough veggies. Make sure you're getting enough fiber. Make sure you're getting enough fermented foods. Or just make sure you're getting enough fermented veggies. Fermented veggies will get you the fiber and they'll get you the bacteria, both of which are very important for promoting the production of these short-chain fatty acids in the intestine. Fermentation, which is technically the term for the chemical reaction that occurs between sugar and bacteria. You ever hear the term fermentation, we're referring to the chemical reaction that occurs between bacteria and sugar. It's a digestive process. Fermentation is a way that bacteria eat. Bacteria eat sugar. They digest sugar, and the process is called fermentation. And fermentation and bacteria are an important part of health, and they're an important part of lack of health, too. In the case of bacteria that live in the intestine, as long as you have an antibiotic-free intestine, that is, bacteria that are supposed to live in the intestine, I should say, fermentation results in the secretion of short-chain fatty acids. So bacteria eat sugar, and fiber is a type of sugar, indigestible sugar or undigestible sugar. And the secretion product of bacteria after they munch down on the fiber, munch down on the sugar, is short-chain fatty acids. In the digestive tract, in the intestine, this fermentation process, which is the way these intestinal bacteria get their energy, is important for overall health of the organism, and it's one of the ways, it is the way short-chain fatty acids are produced. Of course, fermentation is not always a good thing, and we talk about fermentation a lot as a bad thing. There's a lot of sugar present. If we're eating sugar that's especially not associated with nutrition, sugar in the form of candy and desserts and fruit juices and soda, bacterial fermentation and the subsequent production of gases from those bacteria can cause discomfort and bloating and pain, and ultimately can damage the intestinal lining. This is one of the places where autoimmunity can begin. Autoimmunity begins from digestive system breakdown. If you go to your doctor, you go to your rheumatologist, even if you go to your naturopath sometimes they'll tell you, oh, we don't really know what causes autoimmune disease. Yes, there's 150 or 140 or so autoimmune diseases, and some 50 to 60 million Americans, that's 1 out of 4 or 5, 1 out of 5 or 6 Americans is dealing with an autoimmune disease, but we don't really know what causes it. That's what your doctor will tell you. Well, I'm telling you what causes autoimmunity. What causes autoimmune diseases is a broken down, leaky gut. And that broken down and leaky gut can follow fermentation of sugars and growth of bacteria in the small intestine. Ultimately, the lining of the intestine will begin to break down and stuff will leak into the blood. And that's really where we begin, the disease process begins. This is really where we go off to all the disease races, not just autoimmunity. When I talk about the gut here and I talk about food, I'm not being some kind of flaky food Nazi here. I'm talking chemistry. We're talking flat-out biochemistry. Bacteria eat sugar. They produce gases. Those gases in the small intestine result in leaky gut. The same fermentation process that's important in the large intestine for producing short-chain fatty acids in the small intestine produces leaky gut syndrome. Fermentation leads to leaky gut syndrome, and that's where disease begins. Autoimmune disease, all diseases, including brain diseases, psychoses, can also be linked to leaky gut syndrome that follows fermentation. Schizophrenia, brain fog, confusion. And in the case of cancer, cancer cells are fermenting cells. A cancer cell is a cell that's acting like a bacteria. A cancer cell, a human cancer cell, lung cancer cell, intestinal cancer cell, colon cancer cell, stomach cancer cell, bone cancer cell, whatever, is a bacterial cell in the sense that it's acting like a bacteria. Sure, it's an animal cell, it's our cells, it's a human cell, but it's fermenting like a bacteria. Why would a cancer cell, which is a human cell, all of a sudden start acting like a primitive bacteria? We want to know that answer if we're going to be dealing with cancer. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We're coming back with more good health information right after this.
Farmers keep their livestock lean and healthy with a mineral-rich diet. Before market, they cut off minerals, leaving them to crave high-calorie grains. If weight control is this easy, why prescribe surgery for humans? Avoid 900 different diseases by getting 90 essential nutrients. Check out sonsoflibertyteam.com, order your Healthy Start Pack, and get your 90 for life, or call 855-301-TEAM. Essential, not optional. 90 for life at sonsoflibertyteam.com or 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Attention listeners, SurvivalLife.com is giving away free EverStrike permanent matches for a limited time only. These matches are waterproof and will light in any weather condition, rain, snow, or sleet. It will still throw a spark. Its built-in ferro rod strikes at 3,000 degrees, and it is good for 15,000 strikes. Normally, $15. Today, it's free. Get yours at freesurvivalmatch.com. That's freesurvivalmatch.com. Hurry, supplies are limited. Visit freesurvivalmatch.com today.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
The freeze-dry guy, leader in the preparedness industry for 44 years, is closing his California warehouse. Don't miss out on this huge warehouse sale and receive discounts from 30 to 40% off on the finest Mountain House and Packaway brand freeze-dried and dehydrated foods for long-term food storage or even everyday use. Plus deep discounts on all in-stock survival gear. The Freeze-Dry Guy is offering a wide selection of freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans and even individually packaged entrees. Remember, meats, vegetables, fruits, and long-range patrol rations are the main components for any long-term food storage. This is limited to stock on hand, so hurry and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, as always, free shipping to the lower 48 states. So hurry up and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, this is limited to stock on hand. The Freeze-Dry Guy is your choice for survival food in an uncertain world.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time. Our phone number is 844-236-6010. try to call in early. We'll get your calls here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to take calls in our second segment. 844-236-6010 is our number if you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs. If you've read something or heard something in the press and you want clarification, if you want to get off your medications and get on a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach, we can help you. 844-236-6010 is our number today and every day on the Bright Side. And if you want to sign up or join the Bright Side Ben team, you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470, and they can give you the scoop for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a business or just get your products at the wholesale price if that's what you want to do. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Hang tight. We'll get your calls here in just a moment. Let's see, we're talking about short-chain fatty acids and cancer. Cancer cells are fermenting cells. Fermentation can be good or bad. Fermentation in the large intestine produces short-chain fatty acids, but fermentation can also damage the digestive lining. Cancer cells are fermenting cells. They're forced to obtain energy in this ancient bacterial fashion. So a cancer cell is a human cell or an animal cell that is acting like a bacteria in the sense that it's fermenting. It's reacting to sugar. And a cell will only turn cancerous. A cell will only become a cancer cell after long-term suffocation, long-term lack of oxygen, long-term lack of nutrition, long-term toxification, long-term toxicity. Those are the three main causes of cell disease: toxicity, suffocation, and starvation. And in cancer cells, a cell that's been dealing with these three main causes of disease for decades sometimes. Cancer cell is a cell that's forced to obtain its energy in this old primitive fashion like a bacteria. And this is why cancer is the most difficult of the degenerative diseases to reverse. Not that it can't be done. Remission is possible. Spontaneous remission is even possible. And there are cases of cancer cells just remitting, just stopping to become cancer. So it's not like cancer is necessarily a death sentence, but by the time a cell has become a cancer cell, by the time it's gone backwards in evolutionary time to millions of years ago when it was a bacterial cell, by the time this occurs, you're talking about decades of cell abuse. Yes, a cancer cell is an abused cell. A cell that's been abused by starvation, suffocation, and toxification, or at least its line of cells. It's the offspring of cells that have been abused for decades. The appearance and the growth of cancer cells and the disease that we call cancer represents the final result of a cell that has switched on this ancient genetic pathway in order to deal with a chronic lack of energy following a chronic lack of vitamins and minerals and nutrients, a chronic lack of oxygen from inflammation and problems breathing or poor breathing techniques, and the accumulation of toxicity. It's a decades-old process that has been percolating under the radar for many years. Nobody just wakes up one morning from a healthy state and all of a sudden has cancer. It may seem that way because we don't recognize the breakdown of our body, but rest assured, if you or somebody you love has cancer, it's been going on, it's been developing and percolating under the radar for a long time. The appropriate solution to cancer, if God forbid you or anyone else is dealing with this kind of biochemical crisis, the appropriate solution is not to kill cancer, not to chemotherapeutically with chemicals kill cancer cells, which at the end of the day are our own cells. They may be rogue, they may have gone backwards in time and they're now fermenting cells, but they are our own cells. And chemotherapy is suicide. Literally, it's killing our own cells. Our lung cancer cells are our cells. Our colon cancer cells are our cells. Our bone cancer cells are our cells, and chemotherapy kills our own cells. It's literally a type of suicide. The way to deal with cancer, unless it's progressed to the point where you have no choice but to pull out the heavy artillery and start the cell destruction, self-destruction process, the way you deal with it, if it hasn't progressed to that point, is to make the body strong. I get questions every day about people who are dealing with cancer, have a loved one who's dealing with cancer. What do? Well, you do the same thing that you do for every chronic, long-term degenerative disease. If there's one ultimate synopsis or theme to the Bright Side, to this program that I do every day, it's that all diseases have the same kind of development. They have the same kind of steps that are involved in how they proceed. That means all diseases are treated the same way. This simplifies the entire disease process, healing from disease process. It's simple. The only time you need to specialize, the only time you need a specific therapeutic approach for bone or for liver or for any other part of the body is if you're a specialist. If you make money off of specializing. Other than that, to reverse degenerative diseases, whether it's cancer or diabetes or osteoporosis, whatever it is, it's all the same kind of protocol. You make the body strong with nutrition, with oxygenation, and you detox. But you don't need any fancy detox formulas. One of the best all-time detox strategies is just changing our eating behavior. It's so simple. You don't need a doctor for this. You don't need a naturopath for this. You don't need anybody for this. You can do it yourself. Make better food choices. Exploit caloric restriction and fasting. Use some colonics. Go get a colonic therapist. Maybe that's the kind of therapist, that a colonic therapist can help you. I love colonics, man. I had food poisoning a couple years ago, and I went and got a colonic while I had food poisoning, and almost immediately the food poisoning went away. Chelation therapy can help too. Actually, we'll talk about chelation tomorrow a little bit, and then we'll continue talking about SCFAs, which are upregulated by fasting, which is one of the best all-time anti-aging, anti-cancer, pro-health strategies you could ever use. All right, our number is 844-236-6010. Let's get to our phones. Northern Ireland. Oh, my goodness. Joanne in Northern Ireland. What's up? Joanne in Northern Ireland. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for calling. What time is it in Northern Ireland today?
It is 3:27 p.m.
a.m.? Oh, p.m. Okay,
PM.
Good. Well, good deal. Thanks for listening all the way across the pond, as they say. What's going on?
Well, I hope you can sort of guide me in the right direction.
Sure.
I have been diagnosed about 6 months ago with ulcerative colitis, and I have changed my diet anyway. So,
how did you tell me about how you? First of all, tell me how your diet was before. I don't know what they eat in Northern Ireland, to tell you the truth.
Well,
probably the same
standard
crappy food. Standard food, same kind of crapola food we eat here, probably.
Same kind of crap, yes, but obviously we try to eat quite well. It's not easy to get great food here, but it's easy enough to get good food. Let's say, I have supermarkets full of standard food.
Do you have organic food in your supermarket?
Some, yes.
Yeah, you do. Okay, that's good.
We do have some farmers markets as well. I mean, I'm not sure how good the standard is, what sort of, farming processes they use, but there is some availability. So we have made some steps to changing our diet. First of all, both of us...
Who's about you and your husband? Are you talking about you and your husband?
My husband and I decided to become vegetarian last year, so we only eat fish and vegetables.
Okay.
That was just. I know that you do eat meat. We did that sort of for moral reasons because we sort of weren't locating, proper happy animals. So we decided. So
I know what you're saying. The animals that you were eating were antibiotic loaded, and they had all the hormones and all that other stuff. We got to take a break, Joanne. Hang tight, and then we'll answer your question here. Ulcerative colitis is super easy to deal with, by the way. So hang tight, and we'll get you when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010.
Are you hungry for delicious, nutritious, rich, and satisfying home-cooked meals? Discover the Vita Clay 4-in-1 Smart Organic Cooker. Unglazed Zisha Clay, an ancient secret that makes this fast multi-cooker so special. Infusing your food with incredible flavors, perfect texture, vitamins, and minerals for your good health. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, a steamer, plus a yogurt maker. Go to VitaClayChef.com and enter promo code RADIO20 for 20% off at checkout. That's VitaClayChef.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
So who else will you meet at the Get Prepared Expo? For starters, from Republic Broadcasting, John Moore and John Statmiller. From GCN, Aaron and Brad Dakins, Joyce Riley, and me, Vincent Finelli. Joining us are the instructors whom you've learned to trust. Surgeon of the Year, Dr. Norman Shuley. Engineer, Matt Stein. The real Fox Mulder of the X-Files, Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Author and analyst, Captain John Reagan. Your counterterrorist from Central America, Mike Ma. Dental Center owner and my dentist, Dr. Howard Shane. Radiation instructor, Craig Douglas. Author and survivalist, Rich Sheben. Author, Judy Dollarhite. Cancer Center owner from Mexico, Dr. Patrick Vickers. Bug out expert and pilot, Captain Bill Sermo. Beekeeper, Jeff Maddox. Seedsman, Mike Knox. Author, Gayla Pruitt. Author, Harry Cooper. Food expert, Joe Acapinti. And Bill Whaley, the junk man. March 27, 28, and 29. GetPreparedExpo.com, the largest preparedness and survival expo in the USA.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, and in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. We do have some lines open for you. If you've been left on hold in the past, now's your opportunity to get on board at 844-236-6010. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program or recommended, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 or head over to brightsideben.com or criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com and order products directly off the web. We're in Northern Ireland talking to Joanne about ulcerative colitis. So you eat pretty much the same crappy food we eat here, huh, Joanne? Is that right? Got McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and all that stuff. Okay.
Well, yes, but I didn't eat much of that stuff anyway.
Okay. Did you pay attention to what you were eating before you got diagnosed?
Yes, to a certain extent. You know, I did allow myself some junk, but not to the, it wasn't my lifestyle.
Okay. How old are you, ma'am? Just approximately. About?
I'm 47.
Okay. And both you and your husband have been diagnosed with this?
Oh, no. I was just talking about the fact that we both went vegetarian.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal with ulcerative colitis, Joanne. It's extremely easy to address. Extremely. It's an eating disorder. Now, by the time it's been diagnosed, the digestive tract has been damaged. Ulcerative colitis means basically an inflammation of the colon. It's an inflammatory disease. Technically, they call it a type of inflammatory bowel disease. But the key word is inflammation. Inflammation is one of the protective mechanisms that the body will employ when it's being bombarded with something it doesn't like. It will kind of wall that area off. It's kind of like building a beaver's dam around an area that's chronically being damaged. Once that beaver's dam gets created, it protects that area, but it also robs that area of oxygen. It robs that area of nutrition. And if there's toxicity there, that toxicity can stay local. It won't get removed by the body because the beaver's dam is in the way. So what do? Well, the first thing you want to do when you have an inflammatory process that's percolating along in the digestive tract is you stop eating. Period. Stop eating. Now, I know that sounds weird, maybe. Can't have to eat,
no,
right?
No, it's fine. I've done it.
Good. You probably feel better when you fast, correct?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not psychic. I'm just telling you how it logically works. You don't put any food in there, you're not going to have any inflammation, period. It's ulcerative colitis is strictly involves eating. Now, once it already occurs, the damage is already there. Fasting is not going to completely get rid of it, but it sure will give your bowels a chance to recover. So the more you can fast and the more you can use liquid nutrition, the better off you're going to be. Now, you do need to have some fiber, so I'm going to tell you about that here in a second. But right from the get-go, right away, you want to start fasting as much as you can, once or twice a week if possible, and then getting as much of your nutrition as you can from bone soup, chicken soup, with antibiotic-free and hormone-free, of course, birds, and make your own chicken soup. I'm not talking about canned or boxed soup, making your own. The cartilage, and you probably heard me say this a million times, but I'll say it again, the cartilage that comes off of the chicken legs, the chicken bones, when it dissolves in the water, the components will coat your digestive tract and help speed healing. You'll also get benefits for your immune system. You'll get benefits for your skin. You'll get benefits for your joints. You'll just get overall benefits from those cartilaginous factors that are in the chicken bones that come out in the soup. Now, if you add vinegar, a little apple cider vinegar, into your water, you'll get the benefits of the apple cider vinegar, and we'll talk about that here in the next couple of days. But you'll also dissolve some of those cartilage factors more effectively, and they'll come out in the liquid. And you can tell that those cartilage factors have come out in the liquid because the liquid will have a little bounce to it. It'll have a firmness to it that liquid doesn't ordinarily have. And that firmness is the response of the result of the cartilaginous factors, the factors from the cartilage reacting with the water, forming a complex that actually has a texture to it, and that's what you'll see in the soup. And then you'll know you've got those cartilage factors in your liquid, and the soup is going to have a medicinal effect on your intestines. Vegetable juices can also be very helpful, especially veggies that are what we say mucilaginous, things like aloe and noni. That have a kind of gummy or slimy kind of quality, a gooey quality. That gooey material can also coat your digestive tract and be soothing for the digestive tract and also accelerate healing. Then you want to make absolutely 100% sure you're doing lots of fermented foods. Now, I know every culture has their own fermented foods. Probably, I don't know fermented cabbage probably, right? In Ireland,
no, not really.
No,
we wouldn't be big into our fermented foods here at all.
No, okay. Well, get going on fermented cabbage. Cabbage on its own is great for your digestive tract. Cabbage soup, just a steamed or boiled cabbage. But fermented cabbage will get you the benefit of the cabbage, which contains something called vitamin U. Vitamin U is a component that the body can use to heal ulcers and ulcerative colitis. It will also get you fiber. And it will also, if you ferment it, it will also get you the bacteria. And that is extremely important for all digestive tract issues. Probiotics, good bacteria, sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, fermented beets, anything fermented will also get you, of course, if you do veggies, you'll get the fiber too. And the combination of fiber and probiotics are very, very important for the intestine. If you want to throw in some other good nutrients for the intestine, for ulcerative colitis, your essential fatty acids, EFAs are very important. The mineral zinc is very important, and most people are deficient in zinc, 50 milligrams a day of zinc. Make sure you're using the Healthy Start Pack from Youngevity and also the BioLumin Nightly Essence. So between fasting, fermented foods, the BioLumin Nightly Essence, and your Healthy Start Pack, you should notice, and then if you can throw in some zinc, that might help too, you'll notice some almost immediate results. And I mean within 24 hours, you'll start to feel better. If you want to throw one more thing in terms of dealing with your ulcerative colitis, if you want to throw one more thing in, use the glucogel caps. Anything that's going to be good for your joints is also going to be good for your intestines as well. So glucosamine, something called hyaluronic acid can be helpful as well. All the chondroitin, all the joint building factors that are in the glucogel caps can be very helpful. And when you're doing your glucogel caps, always sip on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine with it. Vitamin C helps activate the glucogel caps and makes them more effective. Okay, Joanne?
Okay.
Got lots of good information. Anything else? Do you have any other questions?
Nope, I don't think so.
Call back. Good deal. Thanks for listening from Northern Ireland. Call back if you have anything else, and God bless you. I hope everything works out.
That's
Thanks,
lovely.
Joanne.
Thank you, Ben. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. Rose in Virginia. What's going on, Rose? Where you been?
Hi, I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's cooking today, Rose?
And I'm speaking by faith, okay? I'm trying to, this is not for me, as you know, I'm trying to see if I could reach you, but, because it would take too long, but, I'm trying to get this information about pulmonary hypertension.
Pulmonary hypertension. Well, you got two words there that are both important, okay? What is pulmonary means the lung, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hypertension means the blood. And there's a very important relationship between the blood and the lungs. The blood travels through the lungs. The lungs, when you're breathing, have oxygen in them. The oxygen is delivered into the blood as the blood passes through. And also as the blood passes through the lungs, the toxins that are in the blood, especially the carbon dioxide in the blood, that is also put into the lungs. There's a kind of exchange that takes place between the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. And then you exhale the carbon dioxide and the oxygen gets delivered to all the different cells. When you have pulmonary hypertension, that doesn't happen. In pulmonary hypertension, you get blockages in the blood supply that's traveling through the lungs, and that makes it harder for the blood to move through the lungs, and it raises the pressure inside the lungs. That's where the term pulmonary hypertension comes from. Hang tight, Rose. We got to take a break. We'll finish up when we come back. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010 is our number.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a Healthy Start Pack at LadyTalkLive.com or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Youngevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Youngevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com or call 855-321-HEALTH.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Hi, this is Larry Smith. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. When the cleaners ruined some special clothing, all they could do was show us a sign that said they weren't responsible. But when they got the letter from one of our Legal Shield attorneys, he promptly gave us a check for $1,152. Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Got a couple lines open for you at 844-236-6010. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products that we recommend, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, or call the phone team at 866-735-2470, and they can give you the scoop. Okay, Rose, in Virginia, we're talking pulmonary hypertension. Who are you helping out, Rose?
It's a friend of ours. We went to see him the other day, trying to witness, love, and his wife has been very ill with this condition,
okay.
And then they want to put a valve over a valve, in her
Well,
heart.
yeah, that's what they do, and I don't, that's just the model, the medical model, and that's what they do. Here's the deal. Pulmonary hypertension is sticky, gooey blood. It keeps the blood from flowing through the lungs effectively, and that's pretty much all you need to know. All right, the blood doesn't move as well. And by the way, this is really all diseases. All diseases are sticky, dirty blood, creating a sense of distress in the body, activating the immune system and the inflammatory system, and then that's where disease begins. This is all disease, you guys. All chronic, Rose, hang tight for just one sec. Yeah. All chronic degenerative disease is sticky, dirty blood, period. Okay? I don't know how many ways we can say it. It's not complicated. So how does the blood become sticky and dirty? Well, there's lots of things. But first of all, it's the digestive system. So you got to tell your friend to do all the things we talk about when it comes to foods. Eliminating problem foods. First, finding out what the problem foods are by doing a food diary, then eliminating them. Fasting can also help. Using digestive support. I feel like I'm just boring you guys by saying this over and over and over again, but it's not complicated. It's really, really very simple. Your doctor's not going to tell you this. The medical model's not going to tell you this because they profit off of our confusion. So they're not going to tell you this, but it's just common sense. You clean the blood by using digestive strategies, fasting, changing the foods you eat, assessing what the problem foods are, and eliminating those. Using probiotics, good bacteria, and making sure you're using fiber to make that butyric acid and short-chain fatty acids that we've been talking about. Making sure that you're using nutrients that can help expand the blood vessels. The B vitamins and vitamin C and essential fatty acids, niacin especially, by the way, vitamin B3. You might want to have her on a timed release niacin, very effective for opening up the blood vessels. In addition to all the B complex vitamins, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is like a B vitamin cocktail. Make sure she's using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Ultimate EFAs and the Healthy Start Pack and the BioLumin Nightly Essence. You might also want to consider the Fucoidan Z. Slow, deep breathing can be very, very helpful. Sitting on the couch and getting yourself, if she has a smartphone, getting the app called My Calm Beat or Bio Breathing. Have her learn how to do slow, deep breathing. Moving the circulatory system, which includes the lymph, that can also help for all hypertensive conditions. Getting on a rebounder. It costs about $50 or $60 to buy a little mini trampoline. It's called a rebounder. And jumping on the rebounder for a minute, 60 seconds even. That's all it takes to move the circulatory system around, to move the lymphatic system around. If she can just do stairs, that can also help. Any relaxation techniques can help too. Hypertension, high blood pressure is oftentimes the result of an activated emergency response system. So calming the body down by using the deep breathing that we just talked about, massages, hot water, just mental strategies can help too. Prayer, spirituality, meditation, yoga, all of these are great strategies for relaxing the body. Pulmonary hypertension, like all hypertension, is oftentimes the result of an emergency condition in the body, so calming the body down. That's pretty much all the things we just talked about. Nutrition works largely because it calms the body down. I did a talk on Saturday from my friends Tom and Denise and Scott Fardulis here in Denver, and Kurt, Marianne, a whole bunch of folks in Longmont this Saturday, and we talked about keeping the body safe, helping the body feel safe. And this is so, so important. Our diseases are the long-term manifestation of a body that does not feel safe. The reason oxygen works, the reason fasting works, the reason eliminating problem foods work as a strategy, the reason nutritional supplementation works as a strategy, a health strategy, is because all of these strategies help the body feel safe. Just like a baby wants to feel safe, just like we all want to feel safe, just like a cat or a dog or a cow or a sheep or any animal wants to feel safe, our cells want to feel safe. The body wants to feel safe. When the body doesn't feel safe, inflammation, immunity, hypertension, and ultimately disease show up. Helping the body feel safe through dietary and digestive strategies, deep breathing techniques, relaxation techniques, and of course nutritional supplementation are all wonderful strategies for helping the body feel safe and ultimately for improving blood supply, blood flow through the body and through the lungs in the case of pulmonary hypertension. And I hope I helped you out there, Rose. Anything else you want to talk about?
I was going to ask you this last question. Is there any way that if I send you an email that you can call me to give me a specific time that you can call him?
I don't call anybody, but they can call me. Have them call me. We'll do a three-way. I don't like calling people who aren't expecting me. I don't ever do that. It's none of my business to help.
He wants you to call him. That's
have
right.
him call me. Have him call me. I don't like being a solicitor on the telephone.
Your number, okay.
Okay, send me an email. Just give me my number. That's fine. Thanks, Rose. I want to take a couple more calls here. Thank you so much, Rose. God bless you as well. I don't like calling people out of the blue. People have the right to be sick, and we have to give everybody the right to be sick, even if it's a loved one. On the other hand, if anybody needs help, I'm always glad to help. Send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and don't forget to put your phone number. Zoe in West Virginia, what's going on? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hello, Ben.
Hey.
I really enjoy your show.
Thank you.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but digestive issues and that we're trying to deal with those. But specifically, I went to the dermatologist. I've got these little flat growths that are starting out to appear, and just over the past couple of years, I'm 44 years old now. And just in the past 3 years, they've started, and I used to work in a nursing home, and I've seen people that have these all over them. And
skin tags
after
are
listening
called.
to your show, I just feel like there's something that could be done.
Yes, there's something that can be done, and there's something that's happening. You're very wise. In fact, if that's the message that people get from this show, that things like skin tags, which is what you're describing, are a sign that the body is breaking down and that there's something that can be done, then I've done my work, and then the show is a success. So thank you for pointing that out.
What she told me they was seborrheic keratosis.
Okay. Either way,
it doesn't exactly look like the picture in the pamphlet she gave me, but
are they loose? Are they flapping around?
No, at first they're flat and barely noticeable, colorless, and then they start looking more like moles.
Okay, well, anytime you have a growth that changes color or changes shape, that could be the sign of a cancer, and you definitely want to have that looked at. But for the most part,
she said it was not.
Okay, so you said it was not. Okay, good. So for the most part, when skin starts to manifest little tags or growths or cysts or tiny little growths, that's a sign that cells are dividing too rapidly. They're dividing out of control, and that's associated with overall general metabolic breakdown in the body, chemistry breakdown in the body. So yes, it looks like it's a skin problem, but it's really a chemistry problem. Your biochemistry is starting to be affected by something you're doing long term. So it could be associated with diabetes and blood sugar, it could be associated with digestive problems, and it could be associated with hypothyroidism or low thyroid. So all of these things, it doesn't really matter what the link is, because you just got to do the same thing that somebody with cancer has to do. You don't have cancer, but you have to do the same thing that somebody with cancer has to do. You don't necessarily have an autoimmune disease, but you got to do the same thing somebody with an autoimmune disease has to do. Number one.
I do have celiac disease.
Okay, there you go. You answered your own question. Then you answered your own question. This is a sign that your food allergies and your celiac and your autoimmune conditions have been progressing, and you haven't stopped them yet, so they're getting worse. So it's a sign of degeneration, and it's a sign of some pretty significant degeneration. By the time this shows up on the skin, it's been going on a while. So you got to get to the bottom of your food problems right away. Celiac, as you know, is related to gluten and to grains, but it could be anything. So you've got to link your digestive symptoms to foods. Keep very close track of all your digestive symptomology, the diarrhea, the loose stools, the gas and the bloating. Link those symptoms to foods and then eliminate those foods, and don't use your memory. Write them down. Do a food diary. And it may take a couple weeks to figure out, maybe even longer, to figure out all the foods you're having a problem with, but it's well worth it. And then at the same time, you want to start doing all the digestive support that we talk about. Liquid nutrition, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, soups. Get yourself a Vitamix and do veggie drinks. Make sure you're using probiotics and fermented foods liberally, and make sure you're fasting. If you want to throw one more thing, do all the blood sugar things, because chances are your blood sugar is now starting to get a little wacky. That means more protein, more coconut oil, and then using small or micronutrients to help your body process sugar. Of course, the B complex, chromium and vanadium are going to be important. In terms of supplements, get on the Healthy Start Pack, get on the BioLumin Nightly Essence, and then you might want to throw in a little bit of the sweeties after meals. Make sure you're using apple cider vinegar as well. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it. Just understand, Zoe, this is very easy to deal with. You're not condemned, and you can turn this thing around right away. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information on the bright side. Have yourself a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610.